What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Rolo88 coming at you live and in the flesh, and Bilbert the magician coming at you live and in the color. So how you guys doing? Yeah, so I wanted to revisit this whole school shooting thing, and just the whole misfit thing, Asperger's thing, autism thing, all of that. Okay, so this kid. I was looking at his kind of his psychological profile. Nicholas Cruz, right? He was bullied. He was beaten up. He was threatened that somebody was going to gut him in the park. His mom died. He had a gun, a 9mm, that he apparently buried in his backyard. And he had held that gun to his little brother's head or something. I'm not exactly sure, but you know, it's these kids, man. They grow up, sometimes, the parents, it's like George Carlin says, blame the, freaking parents. Because if the parents aren't doing their jobs, and yes, parenting, it's a job. You have to take it very seriously. It's 24/7, 365 for 18 years, okay? You can't just stop parenting. And yeah, you can stop parenting once the kid hits 18 years old. Then they're an adult, and it's no longer legally required in any state for you to parent that child. Okay, that child has grown up, and they're good to go. Yeah, I hate to use myself as an example because people are always saying I shouldn't be talking about myself, but I think it's very constructive to talk about yourself. I was in the military for 5 years. When I got out, it felt like parts of my personality had changed, and it felt like those parts of my personality that had changed for the worse were affecting my family too, and were affecting my work environment, were affecting every single little aspect of my life. And this goes for all veterans, I'm absolutely certain. You can't relate, it's harder, and you have that disconnection. You want to be able to tell someone, but you don't want to burden them with it. It's like we've seen death, we've seen mortar shells coming in, we've seen fire, we've seen pretty much the gates of hell, the literal gates of hell. And well, not literal, I mean, I guess you'd have to die to go there, but and then even then Jesus will pull you out of hell, I think, because it's made for Satan and his, anyways, this kid had, all these things. He had a gun, had held it to his kid brother's head, and his mom passed away, and he'd been beaten up and threatened that they were going to gut him in the park and everything else. And once again, we look back to the guidance counselors and the parents. Okay, now you can't blame Nicholas Cruz's mom. She was dead, So, anyways, I guess what I was trying to say with this video too is we need to start investing in our schools again. Metal detectors. I was watching another guy's video. He was saying we should have it should look like Professor Xavier's school for gifted children, and mutants. There should be high levels of security for our kids. That's the future, okay? You can't replace that. It's not like a bar of gold where you can just, oh, I can always get more gold. Once a person is dead and gone, they're gone. They can't produce for you. They can't do the whole song and dance. They can't live a life of beauty and freedom and absolute, capricious victory in Christ as well, Jesus. So there's all that beauty in life, and when people go through hard times in their life, they feel the need to inflict the hardness that they've been inflicted onto others. And I understand that, from a psychological standpoint. And we need to talk about the actual dangers of psychology. We need to be looking at what are the things that can make a person snap to where they'll be like, you know what, I'm taking some people out, What are those signs? What are those warning signs and stuff like that? But not only that, but don't treat anybody like an outsider. Yeah, don't do it. It's not very nice. I used to be treated like an outsider. Um, the guy at the UPS store, he put me in shipping and handling, and he was like, "We're gonna ship you," and I was like, "Whoa, scary." Yeah, see, Bilbert's been through it even. Yeah, I was in a box or a bag, and I was like rumbling around in the back of this truck. It was so scary. See, Bilbert knows what it's like. So, but see, now he has a family. He has a place. I love little Bilbert, you know? Oh, that's nice. You love me? Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. So anyways, yeah, just look for the signs and stuff like that. And with like Asperger's and stuff, um, it can be weird, okay? Let me walk you through what a day in the life of an Asperger's person is like. Um, we're kind of like empaths, kind of, but a lot of that is missing, okay? We want to be loving, we want to be accepted, but we don't want to do the work to be loving or accepted a lot of the times. Um, the thing with Aspies is we're always stimming. We're always got to be like, doing something to stimulate ourselves, whether it's, mnemonically by speaking or, I tend to like curl my toes and stuff like that. I do things like that as an Aspie, and it's just little, subtle things that no one else will notice because, when you're little, there's certain things like mwah, 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 you might make like a noise with your mouth or something, and it would be annoying and obvious and get on people's nerves. So you learn how to control that stuff, and you start to fit in more and more and become more and more socially acceptable um, to others. Now, I've dealt with it my whole life, and in the military, I mean, you don't really have to be socially acceptable. You're at war. There is no, you're like a wild man. Okay. Um, but yeah, I donated actually to a PTSD fund today. They're trying to raise $30,000 for veterans with PTSD. I went ahead and gave them $100 because I've been there. I am a veteran with PTSD. Yeah. So whatever. Yeah, exactly. Um, so um, there's just we always want to be well physically. Oh, I got the biggest muscles, but how are you doing mentally? How are you doing? Are you thinking the right thoughts? Are you with the right people? Are people taking advantage of you? What's going on in your personal life? Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. These are all important things. All right, and you need to be mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally well. You shouldn't be like always getting down, putting yourself down and doing stuff like this, or being sad like way too much. It's like, oh, I'm just sad for no reason. And some people do have that. Some people go through being sad for no reason, and it's hard. And some people are angry for no reason. They can't control their anger. So there's all these emotional things we need to look at too. The physical side is great. We all have some form of physical health. We're all, got our beating hearts. We're all here. Um, so yeah, spiritually, Jesus, he sees you. He sees all of us. They say God has a master plan. And a lot of times, we see like shootings in Parkland and Florida and Texas and Las Vegas, and we think, how is this part of God's master plan? And I like to think, maybe he's using these people, to show that, I don't know, maybe there's like a sacrifice in it to bring us closer back to God, as a nation. We need to be healing, and we need to be thinking about these things that are going on, and we need to be in tune with that. We don't need to ignore them. It's like, oh, it's shooting, oh, moving on. Like, no, there's lessons to be learned here. And metal detectors in a school, that wouldn't cost anything. Yeah, the kids are going to say, hey, this isn't very cool, metal detectors. It's not up to the kids, okay? It's up to the adults. It's up to the people with the money making the decisions, architecturally, structurally, everything else. It's up to us to be taking care of these kids, making sure they're safe. It's one thing to feel that you're safe. It's another thing to actually be safe. So yeah. Anyways, this Roll88, like, comment, subscribe. I get $150 for every like on this video. Bilbert, you have to stop lying to them. You have got to stop lying to them. You don't get paid per like. You don't even get paid. You're a puppet. Oh, but I thought I made like $1,000 a year. No, you don't make anything, Bilbert. I take care of the finances. Oh, this guy, man. This freaking guy. Alright, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm going to do a toy review next of all my Digimon toys that I got. And, alright, I'll see you there, or I'll see you online. Digimon Ority, Digimon World, those are fun. Warframe, I'll be playing that. So, peace out. Bye!